What's up, ladies and gentlemen? FFDev here, and in this episode we're going to be continuing with ENet where we left off. Alright, so I'm just going to get straight to the point. You should have SFML set up at this point, and we installed ENet last time. I'll show you really quickly. This is all the code that I have in my project right now, so you can see it all. So if you need to pause it and get this working, just pause the video and get all this right here. Everything from the render window all the way down to the main function and return 0. Not much to it. It's just a simple blank project. And I'll just show you guys what it does. It does nothing at the moment really. It just opens up a window that we can close. Alright. So the first thing we're going to do is right here in the main function, right under our SF event, we're going to initialize ENet, and we can add a little bit of commas here. Comments, not commas, what am I saying? So the way we'll do that is we'll put if ENet initialize not equal to 0. And also, before we do this, let's go up here to our includes, because we're going to check for some errors in case we get them. We're going to include IOStream. Alright, so now in our ENet initialize block, if it's not equal to 0, we're just going to do std sir failed to initialize ENet. And you can put an inline there, or you can just do it this way. And then return exit failure. Alright, so that's the first block. The next one we're going to do is I'm just going to add a comment here, create an ENet host, because we'll need that for the client. And how we're going to do that, so we're going to type in ENet host, and it takes a pointer. We're going to name it client. And now to initialize that client, we'll put client equals ENet host create. The first parameter, we're going to put null, then 1, 2, 0, 0. And luckily I got a document. I'm going to link that link in the description, which I made, which it's not my words per se, but I copied all the relevant information for everything we use and posted in there, giving a description of what all these functions are doing exactly and the parameters they're taking. So after we finish this video, you can go read that and understand exactly what's going on with your code. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to check if the ENet host creation failed. So add another comment, check if ENet host creation failed, and we'll do that. We'll put if client is equal to null pointer, and then in here we're just gonna print out an error, std sir failed to create ENet client, and then a new line. Then we'll have to do the ENet deinitialize. That way we clear up any resources that we had allocated when initializing. Then just return exit failure. And by doing this, if we do have problems, we'll be able to see exactly where the error is coming from. Alright. So now we got that done. Let's see what we need to do next. We're going to have to specify the address and port of the server to connect to. So the address and port of the server to connect to. So we're going to type an ENet address like that. and we're just gonna name it address. And we'll do ENet address set host, and we're gonna take a reference. Let's see if I can find the key. There we go. To address, and then we're gonna put in the server IP or whatever it is, and this is just for localhost right now. So we're just gonna put 127.0.01. And we'll also add a comment here for later. Replace your server IP address for whenever you get ready. And now this is whatever port you want to connect on. I'm just going to put 1234 equals 1234, which will probably change that whenever we get ready. Or it may work. If not, like I usually pick a different port, but we're just setting up the framework for now. We're not building the game just yet. We're taking it one step at a time, so we'll be ready to build our game. And now we need to connect to the server, so I'm adding a comment here. This will help you in the future when learning it, so you can look back and understand exactly what's going on step by step. So let's see. Need to create an ENet peer here. Just like that, and it's gonna be a pointer, and we're gonna name it server, and we're gonna name it equals, or we're gonna assign it ENet host connect, and we're gonna feed it in the client that we created, and we're also gonna take a reference to the address, and we're gonna put 2 and 0, and I have all this detailed like exactly in the same order that we're going in the document below, and it would be really helpful if you read the document when we finish this episode whenever you want to create your own game. But if not, you can still follow along and create your own game, but reading the document will be really beneficial. Alright, so next we're going to check if the connection to the server failed. Type that in. Alright, so now we'll put if server equals null pointer. Yeah, you get the gist of it. Actually, I don't know why I put a space there. So many spaces. Alright, so now I'll put server. Or no. std ser. Failed to connect to server. I know this is the boring part, guys, but you know it's got to be done. But once you figure out how to do it, it won't take so long. And you can also save this as a template as a starting point for your projects. ENet host destroy. So now we need to, like, if it fails here, we need to destroy the client to free up some resources, and then we need to deinitialize ENet, then return, exit, failure. We're just making sure we don't have any resources stuck, any memory leaks or anything. Alright, and I made a little slight error there. If it's equal, see that, make sure you check for equality and not assign it to null pointer. Alright. And we'll just add a comment in here. So now we're directly above our window. We just comment this is the main loop, or as I'll put, the game loop. So now as we scroll down through here, we can see, we'll just leave this alone for right now. And see where I'm gonna put this right here after the game loop, you know. I'm just gonna add in, not completely after the game loop. Alright, so in the while loop right here, but after the poll events, we're gonna add in ENet event, just like that. Net event is what we're gonna name it. Then we're gonna create a while loop. I'm going to say while ENet host service client, and it takes a reference to net event. And we'll put a 0 here. And we'll put it's greater than 0. Add that space in there for more readability. Now we'll add an if in here. If net event dot type is equal to ENet event type receive. Then what we're gonna put in here, you know, we're not gonna do anything at the moment, you know, but we'll add a comment in here so we remember. We'll process received data from the server. And then we'll, you know, we'll be using this later. So now we can exit out this while loop. And we'll go ahead and tired of seeing that blank window, you know, that's white. So we'll clear the window here, window.clear. And then window.display. And then right here before we return 0 in our function, at the very end of our main function, we're just going to need, this is if everything went successfully, you know, when we finish our game. We're going to need a ENet peer disconnect. Let's see, not disconnect later, just regularly disconnect. We're going to need to do this one. And in here, it's going to take the server and 0 as a parameter. Then we'll need the ENet host flush. And this is going to take the client. Then we're going to have the ENet peer reset. And we're going to put the server in here. Alright, and then we're going to have ENet host destroy. And it's going to take the client. And ENet de-initialize. And now, everything for in this video should be complete. We should have everything in here that we need. And it's always good to just go ahead and see, make sure it runs. Alright, we got our black window now. No errors. So we can run the program and close it. And I highly suggest that you guys read the document. It won't take no more than a couple of minutes. It's not oversaturated. Like, I hate reading super long documents, so I made it as condensed as possible but still hold the right information. So it's like a minute or 2 read max. You can study it a little bit longer if you want to really understand what's going on, but it details what's going on. And thank you guys for watching this video. I'm going to try to continue uploading this series quickly. Hope to be done in a couple of videos. But if you like this video and found it informative, hit the like button, comment below if you have any questions, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. It helps me out more than you know. And I'll see you guys in the next tutorial series. Later, guys. Or in the next episode. Later.